PUA flexibility, our PUA rider. I like to refer to it as a cash dump-in. So when I have a policy, remember this is a life insurance policy that we hear of and we think what? Fixed insurance expense, I pay the same amount every month or every year. We don't want that. The goal is, how do I take this insurance policy, which is typically just an expense, and turn it into a flexible savings asset? And the PUA or cash contributions flexibility is critical. At least being aware of what company or companies I am looking at or considering. This way I can understand the rules and I'm not told, no, you can't make these contributions down the road because the company does not permit it. That's the last thing I want. So when it comes to flexibility, my two areas that I have with a policy are what? Where can my money go? We touch on this all the time. I've got my premium, which I'll often refer to as my insurance expense. And then I've got my PUA rider, cash dump-in. Now, dollars that go to the insurance premium component of a life insurance policy. Whatever that premium is, it is a fixed dollar amount. Meaning if I have a $5,000 base premium, that's my insurance premium, I cannot decide to increase that to $50,000. No, whatever I set it at, it's fixed for the life of the policy. Doesn't mean I have to pay it forever. There's things I can do, premium offset, reduce paid up, but I cannot increase that premium. I can decrease it through a policy change. I don't do that often, but it is possible. However, it is a fixed premium. It's not adjustable. The feature, the piece that is adjustable, are my cash contributions. These are not required to be paid like premium dollars. I can add to the account or not add to the account. Dollars that go here go into cash first, whereas premium dollars go where? Death benefit first and eventually build cash. You know our big thing. How do I drive this down and drive this up to get more cash up front, starting to earn interest right away and have more money over the life of the account? Now, when it comes to this piece, this PUA rider, and in particular the flexibility, here's what's going to determine my flexibility more than anything else. Let's just put this in bold, giant letters. Company. This is going always to have to do with the company I select. Different insurance companies have different rules in respect to the PUA rider, adding money into cash. Some will allow me to add money into PUAs at leisure, meaning literally I can go on an online account, hit a button that says pay now, and just throw money into cash. Very flexible. Often what they'll do is wherever I have my premium, they'll allow me to contribute 10x that right into PUAs or into cash per year. I've got to set the policy up so I don't trigger a MEC or anything like that. But main point, online account, I should put this word here, anytime. Now, other accounts, or other companies I should say, have a bit more stringent rules. Right, so the most flexible is I can add money into the account anytime, whether I send a check, go on my online account, very flexible. Where others may allow us to adjust the amount, but only one time per year. So for example, if year one, I pay in 10K. Year two comes up, and I want to pay in 50K. Some companies will allow me to make that contribution at leisure, like up here. Some will flat out say no, or if you want to add the money, you have to go through medical underwriting. And some will say, hey, if you do this on your policy anniversary date and you make the proper adjustment, we will accept that contribution, meaning I can adjust my PUAs. I can pay in more, I can pay in less, if it falls on my policy anniversary date. So some are anytime, some are on my anniversary date, and then lastly, if I want to add money towards PUAs, and it's random, it's unscheduled. I didn't bill it with my premium when I first started a policy. A lot of times there's underwriting involved where I have to go through an exam very similar to what I went through when I first started a life insurance policy. And the reason why, right, we get that question, I had it when I was new in the industry, is if I'm giving an insurance company money, why do they want to put me through a medical exam and give me a hard time to take my money? Seriously. Well, the reason why is when I contribute money into PUAs, if I give them $10,000, goes into cash, starts to yield returns, that's great. But remember, if I make a PUA contribution of 10 grand, that goes where first? Cash. What's it also do for me? Buys me death benefit. Remember the term paid up additions. It buys me paid up additional life insurance. It's paid up because there's no recurring premiums doing that. If I put in 10, I may get another 30 on average back in life insurance benefit. So a company will want to know, okay, why are you throwing this money in all of a sudden? Did you find out you were just diagnosed with an illness and something you're going to die tomorrow, you're trying to cash in? That's the kind of stuff they're looking at. They want to make sure that they don't have this huge liability that came out of nowhere. And then some companies have rules if I set it up with the appropriate term riders where I don't have to worry about going through underwriting and such. So depending on the insurance company, we're not going to go through all the companies on this video just because there's a lot of information, and we'll have that broken down in other segments. But the biggest factor again on PUA flexibility is company selection. I want to be aware of the different insurance carriers' rules, what they allow, what they don't allow. This way I don't have buyer's remorse and run into limitations or restrictions down the road.